everybody, and welcome back to another late night tutorial video. I am the Nervous Mechanic, and thank you for watching. For all you night owls that are out there, it's probably 1 in the morning, and sometimes you do your best work late at night, occasionally, or you have a lot of caffeine. But this is another tutorial video on how to hook up some lights, which I just figured out how to do. So, like I said, if you like these videos, like and subscribe. And I like doing this stuff, so let's get started. Okay, so this might look like a mess, but it's been a long time coming. So I've been wanting to do a video like this for a little bit. It's my long list of like getting my lights hooked up. I've got more lights to hook up. Well, those are other things. So I wanted to do kind of a tutorial. I've been trying to figure this out for a while. A lot of the videos that people make are super confusing or really convoluted and don't make any sense. And I'm trying to make one that I could show to people that would be really straightforward. These are basically two about 32 to 35 watt LED lights. This is what they look like. Kind of your standard light that you can find on Amazon. I'll include a link. You guys can see if you can check them out, see what you think. They're going on my hood. I have these handy little hood clips right here that I'm putting on there. And these are going to be wired into my marine fuse box for my dual battery setup. So I've been wanting to get this thing kind of taken care of, so I know what I'm doing. So I went online, found some schematics, and I've kind of had to wire everything up, and I'm using my power supply right there. You can see that. And it's about, it's set at about 10 volts. It's not on, but 10 volts. And it's about, I think, about close to 2 amps. And I'm going to kind of show you guys here how I set this up. It's obviously going to be loomed and everything and soldered and all that other stuff when it's done. But I needed to set this up so I have a good idea. So I'm going to try to explain this in the best way possible, so hopefully you can go out and do it yourself. Okay, so first off, you basically have your two lights, right? So you got your power and ground, black and red, on both of these. So you're going to want, for like a truck, you're going to want to extend out, at least depending on the side you put it on, you're going to extend out one of the sides because you're going to need more to run to wherever you're going to go. Your car will be different, so on and so forth. This setup involves I've got two relays, which I bought this is an RL44 relay. I bought from AutoZone. It's a single pole, single throw relay. It's your basic one that has a 30 pole, an 86 and an 87 and an 85 on it. Those are kind of your numbers you look for. And for these setups, I'm going to be using a 20 amp Busman fuse setup for the fuse box. I'll be using these. So next thing you're going to want to do for this, now I don't really want to move the wiring here, but if you can see this, these are two setups. Now I just googled how to wire up two LED lights. You'll get how to wire up two Cree LEDs, Cree light bar. That's kind of what you want to search for. And you'll get one that's a single one, and you'll get one that's a double one. Now I went off the single because I wasn't having any luck, so I started with the single. It worked, and then I went to the double, and I got it to work. So basically, the switch I'm using is a light up. It's got one black wire, it's got two reds that have white stripes or yellow stripes, and then a green with a white stripe. So you're going to use that, and you got your two relays right here. These wires this is your ground, and this wire is your power. Now these are they don't mean anything. This is what I have rigged up. So I would suggest if you really are not good with wiring, start with the single first. You're basically going to have let's move this out of the way here. You basically have, you got your battery, or for me it's my power supply. You have a ground, and you're gonna this one is fairly straightforward. You're gonna follow, this is your relay in the center. So you'll ground this light, and you'll have the first red that goes to your 87. You stick it in there. You're gonna have two of these powers that come off of here. One is gonna go to your 30. The other wire is gonna go right into your switch, and that basically, you look at your switch, it's gonna be, this power is the same wire, so it's the green wire on here. This is the style that I'm using. Your second one, you're gonna basically, this switch is also gonna have a ground, which you can see right here. This black one is ground. Is it still hooked up? Yep, still hooked up. And then you're gonna have another red. Your other red next to the black right here is your power. So you've got one power, you got your two, these are your 85s, and on both of these your 85 is going to go directly to the switch. And you can see that wire here that curves around goes to here. Same thing here, I jumped it over to this one, so they both connect to the 85 and they go to that prong right there. And then you have a ground, and then you have that other red that comes in, and you can see that there, this one goes directly to power for a single one. Now for the double is going to be basically the same thing. You're going to just, for me, all I did was I attached the ground, ran it to power. I have my power for here. I ran it to the second relay, which was right here. Ran it to the 87, and I did the same thing. I ran the 85, which was this wire. I jumped it right over to the same one, hooked it up, grounded it off of 86, same thing. So both 86s, basically for the dual setup, both 86 prongs are grounded, the light is grounded, and the switch is grounded. So you've got 1, 2, 3, you got 5 grounds altogether. Because on this one it doesn't really say, it's kind of vague for the switch, but on this one it's a lot better. So that's the one I kind of went off of. So then basically you're just going to hook up your power, your ground, and I'll show you guys here. You're going to click your power on. I have it set at about 10 volts, and right now I actually have the amperage, it's pretty much nothing. So we're going to turn the, we're going to turn that up. Actually, we're going to keep it down, the light's on. We're going to keep it down to about 10, and you can see it's a little bit more dim because I don't want to have the power on because it kind of draws quite a bit. So you click it once and you're going to get a little bit brighter. Click it off, which is kind of neat. I'm not sure why my computer does that, but anyway, your lights are on. There you go. Now we're going to look over here, turn that power up just a hair. Clicks off, and you click that back on. Main light turns off, main light turns on. And there we go, just like that. This is drawing quite a bit of power, which I don't really like, but as you can see, I'm going to turn this off. But that's pretty much the setup there. It's and you'll be using a battery, obviously. I'll be using my dual battery setup, so I'll be running this off of my fuse box. I'll have 20 amp fuses and running all the power off of there, which will be another video when I install this in the truck. So stay tuned for that. But like I said, this isn't really that difficult. I would say if you can get those two pictures, which I showed you, I'll show you these again right here. That might be kind of hard to see, I'm not sure, I'm not good with a GoPro, but you got these two pictures right here, and if you can find those, probably the best thing that you can go off of, and you just do it step by step. You got this. It's you know, I think I'm pretty smart, and I was kind of stumped at first, but I did the single one, do the single one first, figure it out from there, and then add in the double. and you'll find that it's not as hard as you think it'll be. Just take it one step at a time and just follow your diagram, put your wires in, and if it works, then start with your second one and then add those wires in. If you guys have any questions or comments, just feel free to leave them below and ask me, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I think I'm trying to explain this in the best way possible so that somebody else can do this. So, but like I said, follow the diagram, see what, it's very straightforward to follow. And like I said, you're going to need those two relays and that switch right there. And then you're going to be adding in your, you're also going to need to add in your fuses. So either you're going to do like a fuse box like me, or you're going to need to add in a like a wired in fuse or a fusible link. I would say wired in fuse and use like a 20 amp fuse so you're safe, because this is going to be in my truck for a little while and I don't want it to be I don't want to have an issue, so this is why I'm doing this. But if you guys have questions or comments, leave them below and I'll answer them the best I can. Like I said, I like to try to make these videos so you guys can really have a better understanding how to do this.
Now here's
but yeah, so if you guys like this, like and subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will talk to you guys later.
Human music. I like it.